Welcome to Center Hice Productions. It's May 21st, and yeah, we took a couple more days because things have slowed down in Habland Talk. So, yes, we're just at the weekly taping. Anyhow, first, please hit the likes and subscribes. That would be muchly appreciated as we try to build half decent Hab community here. That's totally full of respect for one another. Okay, in today's topic of episode 25 of Center Heights Productions, we're going to be discussing Cole Caufield. What is going on with the Cole Caufield signing? Okay, there's lots of rumors in rumorland, as we know, and of course, unfortunately, we don't have much more to go on than rumorland that is created by the media. However, we're going to kind of just discuss what we think may be going on from our point of view, because right now it's everybody's point of view. So right now there seems to be quite a delay in the talks. Everybody's in panic mode. If you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, this is a kid that's got lots of super talent, and we've been waiting for a proficient goal scorer like this for a bit. However, I think he's a really great player. I think we're at a stalemate right now, and I think really what it comes down to is you got to think. The Habs, from their point of view, are probably not wanting to pay more than Nick Suzuki. Cole Caulfield is probably looking for more than Suzuki under the terms that we know that the ceiling of the cap goes up, and this is probably something where it's problematic. It could be solved very from Caufield's standpoint with a very short contract and go about it that road. I would think the Habs want to lock him in for long term. So I think, the rumor is that the talks were going quite well. We're going quite well. We don't know what this happened to slow things down. But there seems to be a middle ground and I think this is where I think it's come into play is what I'm discussing right now is I think Caufield's asking for more. What does Habs management think, and will they come to the realization that maybe you have to go with the thought of that cap ceiling going up? In my personal opinion, you got to give him a little more if he's asking for it than Nick Suzuki. Now, people can say Nick's, and I know Caufield hasn't played a complete season. However, the way the Montreal Canadiens are building this team and sizing up, he may be insulated quite well. I know he just came off the shoulder injury, and that could be another thing that's deterring him from getting it. And I would say that is caused a problem for Cole because he hasn't played a full season. And just when he was on a great pace, it came halted down. So that's going to take value off him. And he's got to accept that. I think from both ends parties, there's got to be a little wiggle room. I think for Kent Hughes, he's the right man in place. But Caufield is such a boost, personality-wise. You can see the way he lights up, and he seems like a factor to bring that bit of joy to end the fight to the team, and that's kind of what you need. So to me, in my estimation of it, you're at a point where I number one, I think Nick Suzuki was paid more than what I would have given him. Sorry. No knocks against Nick. I like Nick. Don't get me wrong. I, however, do not think he's a 7 point something player at that time of the contract being signed. Now it's great that he's worked through his injuries and played that hard. I give hats off to Nick for that. But to me, Nick was should have been in the 6.5 region of a contract. This is what's caused the dilemma. Mark Bergevin and his outrageous contracts. So it comes once again to haunt us a little bit. However, I don't think it's going to be as problematic. Let's pray to God it doesn't go into, because I think that's what everybody's concerned are. Is Nick going to get offer sheeted? Kind of scary thought. So let's pray to God it's solved. I have a little more faith in Montreal's management to think that it's under control and something's going to get done. However, my concern is there the possibility of realm, and this is, remember, I'm only stating this. I can't see them getting rid of Nick, or not Nick, sorry, Cole. Um, for me, I think he's something the Habs have been looking for a bit. Unless they want to make some real serious noise. I don't know. I just don't see them trading him. However, I'm going to put a spin on it. Could this be possibility? And this is again hypothetical. Don't get carried away with it. Is there the possibility that they are debating putting him in a big blockbuster trade, whereas they're in this stalemate? Is that a possibility, a realm of possibility? It makes you wonder because I do expect a big splash at the draft. However, would this be something that, maybe in their mindset they're thinking of moving up to the second pick, let's just say, for, and we're, again, it's all hypothetical. So, in that sense of thoughts, it just throws in something else into the wheel. And hey, we might as well put out the different ideas that could be out there because media is spinning enough of them. That's for darn sure. However, guys, I wouldn't panic. I think Cole will be back. I do, however, think he's worth more than Nick. And I say it because his production is more consistent. He kind of went on his own there for a bit and kept producing when Nick and others weren't. So I do think the ceiling is high for Cole. I do think, however, with his size, he definitely needs the insulation. However, kid yourself not. We're looking at a very young Montreal team. Could Nick and Cole be split apart? Yes, I do believe they could be because I still don't see Nick Suzuki as a number one center. And I'll be quite honest, and a lot of people in Haviland will want to shoot me. I don't think he's subjective to being the captain of the Montreal Canadiens. I think that was a mistake, rush, because I think that there are better candidates with better leadership now. And again, I like Nick Suzuki. Don't get me wrong. Would he have made a good assistant captain? Yes. I still think they should have went with the veteran for 2 years, then made their decision because they could judge off these younger players. And I'm sorry, my vote will be where it was even last year. I seen this kid coming up. To me, Caden Gooley should have been the captain of this team. However, anyway, we're talking about Cole Caufield. So with that, anyway, there's a lot of rumor that it's because he does want more because of the longevity of the contract, where it is looking like they're trying to solve and settle at an 8-year contract Montreal would want. That being said, with the inflation of contracts in the cap, that's probably what the stall is that he's looking long range, that he'll lose value after like 2 or 3 years because so much of the cap uh, ratio will have changed. So that's probably what the holdup is, guys. What do you think Cole Caulfield is worth? Leave your comments. I'd be interested in hearing them. I think you have to sign him. This is my opinion. Some people might say, no, I'm wrong. I think you do got to pay him more than Nick because of his production. I also think he'll be whatever line he ends up on in the future, he's going to produce. There's no ands and buts. Um, what do you pay him? He's probably looking for that's probably what he's thinking is the 10 million range. Do you pay him that? That's hard. That's hard. Yeah, you got to really look at the whole picture. You got to look at it for the duration of the contract. I'm willing to go probably, the 8 million range. And I think the Habs would be wise to go in between the 8 and 9. I don't know if I go 10 yet because he hasn't fully earned it yet. But taking into consideration, again, what I just said, the longevity of how the contracts will be rated, within 3 years from then, the inflation of it all, you know, so it could drag him down. So you got to look at that. Maybe he is worth 10, but I would definitely not go higher. So with that being said, that is our thoughts at Center Hice. We gave our projection on it, and we'd like to hear your ideas. What is going on? There's definitely a reason for the stall, and let's just pray to God. I think that these guys, Gordon and Hughes, will handle it much better than Mark Bergevin did in the Cotton Kanyemi situation. However, let's wait it out and see what happens. Let's not fall for so many rumors. I mean, I put some hypothetical things out just now myself, but for the most part, I don't like to do that. I'm just kind of tail spinning because I'm trying to see there's other ideas here in this situation that the media wants to spin one thing. Well, we all got a right to spin something and just put ideas. I will not say that mine is correct. However, I'm going to say that there's a lot of podcasts, that I'm seeing, the smaller ones. And who am I to talk? I'm very small, and I might not be, at the point of numbers yet. I'll get there, but I don't believe in bait bait clips to draw people in, and then your whole storyline is something totally different. And there's, tends to be promotion of, trying to put spins on what people want as far as, and this seems to happen in the French field more so. You get such a movement for the French speaking player. Well, I hope that doesn't come to pass, and I will always counter it. And I know we have different eyes of what's going to transpire, and I'm still, I love my buddy there, Junkie. I always give him heads up. I just have a little different view. For the most part, we're usually point on with Lane Hudson. I'm not so convinced. You can look great at these levels, but I'm not. I hope for him he is talented. I just know that there's question marks on Lane Hudson. His skating, from what scouting organizations have said, is not quite up to par as where it is. When he gets to the NHL level, I don't see it translating. So that is my opinion. And we know of other things going on, but that's where we stand. So that was the topic. What do you think? And this is what we think is going to happen. We think he will get the contract, but it is going to be higher than Nick Suzuki's. I just think you got to watch it when you get to the 10 mark because he really hasn't earned it yet. But it's going to be that inflation type thing in contracts. So with that being said, we'll look at the next one, and we'll probably be starting to look at some of the prospects and just some of the things that are going on in the hockey news around the Habs, which is very quiet. So you kind of just got to go with what's been out there and feel it out. So thank you for joining me. I tried to make this short and sweet, and I still couldn't get it down to 5 minutes. Anyhow, we're going to say thank you for joining us here at Center Heights Productions. Thanks for the Hice Maniacs. Just keep following. Tell your friends. Please hit the likes and subscribes. And it's May 21st, and we will get another one out. We'll probably get into discussing some of the other things, in the draft that are being talked about. And, the ideas of does Montreal, I've seen another clip on one of the smaller ones, does Montreal trade off uh, this draft to get a player? I think that would be a huge mistake, but there's a lot of promotion of it. And I still think it would be a huge mistake to trade off that fifth unless you're going upward. So thank you. Hit the like, subscribes. We'll get another podcast out to you, another video, and tell your friends all the support we can gain. And thank you, Hice Maniacs. All right. So take care. God bless. We will see you on the next episode. And where does the puck drop first? Center Hice.